Welcome, everybody. I'm Joe from the Game House. Today we'll be doing a Detroit Lions 2025 NFL mock draft. The Detroit Lions are on the clock in our 2025 NFL mock draft series here at the Game House. We're doing an NFL mock draft for every NFL team before the 2025 NFL draft. We're going to be using the NFL mock draft database simulator because I like the way it mixes big boards from across the internet to make their big board, and we're going to be rejecting all trades to keep it as realistic as possible with the picks the teams have. And sometimes the trades aren't the greatest on these mock draft simulators. The Lions are pick 28. Obviously, have Super Bowl aspirations. They need a little bit more juice to help them get there. And they have a couple of needs to fill here as well. This could be an interesting pick here because I think they could use some interior offensive line help. You could take Jihad Campbell and make him a pass rusher across from Aiden Hutchinson. You could take a defensive line, which I think is the best available position with some different options there. This is tough. I really wanted an edge to fall and be there, but let's go Derek Harmon, the defensive lineman out of Oregon. Let's make sure the defensive line is going to be stout next year. Hopefully, we can get at least a rotational edge rusher with the next pick or the pick after that. See what we come up with. Let's go Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State. He is maybe a better run defender than rusher, but I think he does give you a possible guy across from Aiden Hutchinson that you at least have to pay attention to. Don't think he's ever going to lead the league in sacks, but just getting someone who's serviceable across from Aiden Hutchinson should make the team a whole lot better. So interior offensive line still something we might want to go after. You know what? I can go with this. I think Jalen Royals is a guy I'm pretty high on. Runs pretty good routes. I think he's a guy maybe overlooked a little bit because he's at Utah State, but you definitely could have a more. I would say you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, you have Sam Laporta, you have Jameson Williams, who up and down. Jalen Royals might be another receiver that is a different look in that room, but also can be a productive player and maybe balance out the offense a little bit more. Next pick up, no interior lineman I see at the top here. We'll keep on scrolling. I mean, Jackson Slater I'm pretty low on. Seth McLaughlin might be about the range, but I think we can wait on that. They're going to be fine on the interior, I think, at the very least, which is nice, but it's definitely not something you have to reach for, I don't think, in this draft. Let's go. I mean, Deion Walker is the highest on my board right now. I think we already took defensive lineman, but something tells me Dan Campbell will try to get the most out of him. So again, you already took defensive line, but doubling up, trying to get depth, especially pick 130. You know, not expecting these guys to come in and start right away. And that's the guy, Deion Walker, who had a good 2023 and then played injured 2024. Could be a guy you see and say, see those athletic traits and that's how big he is, and be like, hey, we can get more out of him at the next level. So let's take him there. Oh, we'll go Caleb Rogers, interior offensive line, Texas Tech. A guy I think could develop into a starter at some point in his career at 196. Not a bad value there. We're going to be picking at 228 for the Lions next. I mean, something tells me that Dan Campbell is going to love Willie Lampkin, who is 5'10 to 275 pounds and plays offensive line. But I don't know if I can take him at that point. Let's go Con Crawford out of Nevada. Started his career at Texas, then transferred over to Nevada. Played pretty well this past season. And the last pick we have is 244. Let's go with Teddy Buchanan, the linebacker out of Cal. At least get someone who can play special teams. You know, would have liked to try to get a corner as well. Terrion Arnold didn't have the best season last year, but I think there's hope that he improves. And I do think that there were some other impactful players that they got in this draft. So let's go back through it. Derek Harmon, the defensive lineman out of Oregon. Jack Sawyer, the edge out of Ohio State. Jalen Royals, the wide receiver out of Utah State. Deion Walker, the defensive lineman out of Kentucky. Caleb Rogers, the interior offensive lineman out of Texas Tech. Keaton Crawford, the safety out of Nevada. And Teddy Buchanan, the linebacker out of California. Let me know what you think of this mock draft down in the comments below. We'll be doing more NFL mock drafts for every NFL team before the 2025 NFL draft. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.